This is Drew from Arrowbrick Gaming, and I definitely do not listen to Discard to Reroll.
Touch won't trash, Daddy.
I won't roll trash.
That thing looks dangerous, man. Poorly made. The little kid made it.
Then you don't have to look at it anymore!
I'm 90% sure Matt is Kylo Ren.
Hey everybody, this is Agent of Zion from Artificery. I really don't listen to any Destiny podcasts, but top of the list of the ones that I don't listen to, Discard to Reroll.
Hey, this is Bobby Sapphire from the Hyperloops, and I legit never listen to Mr. Chip on Discard to Reroll.
Discard to Reroll.
It's Discard to Reroll. It's a podcast about a little dice and card game that's still, at least at this moment, called Star Wars Destiny. I'm your host, Mr. Chip. Thank you for listening. And, everybody, it's like so sad around here at Banana. It's so sad. But by the way, BananaCrapshoot, he's out there. He's still there. He's not gone, right?
I'm still here.
He's
For
not
now,
gone.
I'm still here.
Right? And then we have the Thunder from... No, he's not there. I thought he would make it for the show because who knows? It might be the last one. We never know, but listen, thank you for listening. We do appreciate it. And just in case this happens to be the last episode of the Discard to Reroll, at the end of this, and I won't waste everybody's time because we have a special guest who decided to say yes to an offer to come in here. I don't know why he did, but I'm very appreciative that he did. I don't want to waste his time either. I want to say some thank yous at the end, so I'll wait to the very end and let everybody go home and then record it. I just want to make sure those people who helped make the show possible for over 2 years and more than 50 episodes, it's been a really fun ride. So if it happens to be the last one, we'll make sure that all those people know how much we appreciate it. But that being said, Banana, before you came on board, I'm not even sure if you played Destiny when we first started podcasting. When did you first get in the game, Josh?
I started getting around the game or around Legacies, but I only actually started playing the game Way of the Force.
Way of the Force. So I think we were doing this way before that. And this guy, all the way from California, we needed that California vibe, and it wasn't until later I learned he was a vegan. So I felt like together... Are you still vegan, Mike, by the way? Or did that change?
Yep.
God, thank God.
Absolutely.
I knew it. As soon as you said you had a rescue dog, I knew that things were still good. He got a logo done. It's the Rebel Spy, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mike Rudin. Mike, you're back. Two days in a row of Destiny. You're back, baby. You're back.
I know. 2 days in a row of Destiny feels great.
Oh man!
But it's all been the awakenings last night, which was awesome, and this feels like a back to the blast from the past, which is also awesome.
Yeah, well, listen, it means a lot to me that you did this, and you're one of those people that, for out of the graciousness of your heart, would always come on the show, and I was so mad at the Jedi trials, and they stole you away, I was ready to make you the offer of nothing other than prestige and fame, and you ended up at a good place anyway, but I was looking through my notes for today, and I got this little, a journal about notes to talk about, and in here, it talks about ask Mike Rudin why people hate mill players. That was here.
That's a great question. I'd love to know that.
Right. Wasn't it? Now one of the things I remember that was really funny is that it was a big, even to me, it was a big secret. You brought Jar Jar Binks, and didn't you either win it or top I don't know what they called them back then, regionals? What were they?
Yeah, I think I top 8'd that regional. That was a long time ago. But.
Yeah.
I think that was right after Legacies came out. That might have been like a few weeks after Legacies came out. And yeah, I barely remember what the deck was, but there was Jar Jar in there, and it was a mill deck, and somehow I made it.
That was pretty funny. That was you played in the Tiny Grimes meta, right? I saw he made a post.
Yes, I did. That was he also top 8'd, and we play tested together. I think once. And because he knew I was going to be there, he played this one card that just completely destroyed me.
Yep.
And so I lost to him in the top 8.
Oh my God. And then last night, all of a sudden, I don't know what he goes by anymore. He's the the Dark Knights, the Crime Lord, Sir Salty, whatever his name is. But Chris and Jay were doing some streaming last night, and then you're there playing some decks.
Yeah, I mean, I've been, keeping in touch with them for this, a long time, and it was just like super fun to just jump on stream with them and play.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's good. You can catch it now. I think it's on Chris's channel. I'm not exactly sure, but
yeah, it's on Chris's channel. Watch through it. It was a super fun time.
Yep.
And there were some very ridiculous moments.
We won't spoil them, but let's say hopefully everybody's still okay after what it sounded like happened.
Yeah, I hope so too.
All right. But we do appreciate you coming on. Banana, we've gone through a lot together. Ray left us. In truth, he's transitioned out of the military, and I know his focus is on his family, so we love Ray and appreciate the time he gave to the show. And not to stroll too far down memory lane, but, you, Josh, built a team around the Discard to Reroll brand, and some of those guys are here too, aren't they? They're around.
Yeah, we got them. You want them in?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What the heck? It's the competitive team. I got mocked because I met the competitive team. Mike, this was a joke. We were at the Kappa Cup, which is in someplace in Pennsylvania, that literally spread manure over a field across from the hotel the day I pulled in. But these guys are part of the Discard to Reroll competitive team, and I was mocked because I met them for the first time. I was introducing myself, and these guys ended up winning the whole thing. But we have it's Tenderloin Vadersnatch. That actually is his name now, and Hinkbert. Guys, how are you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Good.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if has anyone heard the dulcet tones of Tenderloin Vadersnatch yet, or is this the first time?
First and last time, probably.
How could this be? Do you understand?
That's such a shame.
They could have, right? Don't you agree, Mike? I mean, this could have saved the game. This could have saved the game.
Could have.
God, man.
I'd still be playing.
Right. Mike, what I want to know is, Mike, when was your last, like, you went Jedi Trials, you guys made all that great alt art, which we aren't supposed to talk about. And then when's your last roll of the dice? Yeah.
I think it was after the regional last year. And actually, you know what? Before that, I hadn't really been playing that much.
Right.
I had no cards from whatever the newest set was that had just come out. I think it was Across the Galaxy had just come out.
Okay.
And so I brought Sabine to that regional because I had all the cards for it.
Right.
And after that regional, I was kind of like over it. I think that was last February. February 2019, I think.
Okay. And
was that the solo Sabine?
Yeah.
That was it, wasn't it? You and Monk played that, didn't you?
Yep. Yeah, me and Monk played it. Monk did much better than I did, but it was a great time.
Man, I saw that deck. After that, I saw that deck so many times at our local. It was crazy. But it's fun.
Yeah, it's just insane that it worked. That just goes to show you how broken Sabine was.
Yep, for sure. What for you, Mike? And this isn't, the goal isn't to pile on the game, because truth be told, I think the story's out there enough that we don't need to talk about it. But people ended up losing their jobs here at FFG, and say what you want about the game, people are really affected and impacted by it. So that being said, what was it for you that pulled you away? Was it just life stuff, or was it did your interest go elsewhere, or what ultimately had you changing directions a little bit?
I mean, it was kind of a mix, right? It was definitely a little bit of waning interest in it, in terms of just I'd been super into it for 3 years at that point. That's probably the longest I've ever been into a thing,
right.
Consecutively, because I'm the kind of person that kind of bounces from thing to thing. So it had already had a good run for me, and then just weird stuff started happening. I didn't really love Across the Galaxy. I wasn't a huge fan of all the supports getting really powerful, and the game just kind of became something other than what I guess I fell in love with. And I mean, that had been happening for quite a long time, but the community was so strong that I just kept going.
Right. And
just the local community wasn't really there, and I don't know, it just kind of fell off for me.
So what's replaced it for you? You were are you on that Keyforge podcast? Truth be told, I don't play it, so I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, technically, yes. I haven't been on in a while, and I haven't played Keyforge since we got our puppy.
Right.
So it's been probably 2 months since I've played, but
Yeah.
I haven't really been playing any games because I'm on the dog training trade right now. But once I'm off that, Marvel Champions has been really fun. I'm definitely more into the co-op card games now, at least because like it doesn't require as much like time investment. Like I guess I would say.
Yeah, for sure. I played that for DS, the dog training. It's really good. Oh, you mean a real dog?
No, it is a DS game.
Okay, good. Yeah, Nintendogs. I have like all 3 versions.
Yeah,
the Dachshund
exactly.
and the Dalmatian.
You like put the stylus over the dog and it pets the dog.
Yeah, it's revolutionary. That game's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations to BananaCrapshoot. You got a Switch. He was all excited to tell me he got a Switch.
Yep, sure did.
Wow. Is that where the side scheme's going, or what are we expecting?
Oh yeah,
from your Switch?
look out for Breath of the Wild and Ultimate Alliance 3 streams.
God. You and Jedi Geek Girl can do it together because she's all very excited about her Switch. You should change the name. Everybody's changing names. Everybody's getting out of the game. All my podcast feeds. All of a sudden, I'm like, I never subscribed to this, and it's all the same people. They're just talking about everything else. That's why I wish.
Welcome to our new Yu-Gi-Oh podcast.
That's right. I'm like, what the discard? I wish there was a mechanic in any other game. It's not. It's such a.
What
good
if FFG released a new game with the dual dice system that was not Star Wars, themed? Are you interested at all?
That's on my list of questions. Like,
what IP is?
Yeah, would I do an FFG game again? Oh God, I don't know.
Yeah, at all, I guess.
It's so hard. It was just a unique blend of everything that came together. Wanting to get back into doing some content in a way that was just not high pressure. The game was fun. The IP was right. The mechanics are good. It's just, do I need to have that many more dice in my life? I got, like, what are you going to do? What do you do with your stuff, Mike? What are you going to do with it? What, like, is it underneath your bed? You live in California. Like, this space is a premium.
Space is a premium for sure. I don't know. I'll probably have a few decks just like built so I can bust them out and play them like the 1 in 10 years.
Right. Yep. Good. I'll contact the storage unit where they're going to be so we can go find it.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, but I don't know. What about? Well, there's still Destiny to be played, right? How? One of the questions I had for everybody and our competitive team. I know you guys are getting focused and fired up. Are anybody going to Las Vegas for here? Any of us? Okay, good. That's good. That worked out good. Any of us going to Worlds? Any of us going to Worlds here from Discard to Reroll?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, did both of you get tickets?
Yes.
Oh,
well, I got a ticket.
They unwrapped the golden ticket in the 3-hour window in which you had to buy them.
There it is. Yeah. Evidently, I missed a memo. Like
you and me both, Mr. Chip.
Like what? Like how? All right. I'm trying not to pile on. But, like, give people 24 hours notice. Like, how? I mean, Mike's got a puppy, for Christmas sakes. He can't just leave the puppy at home, right? If he's going to go to Minnesota, Mike's got to arrange for dog care. Like, that's not...
That's definitely true.
Right? I mean you can just leave it
I was tempted to get a ticket and figure it out, but...
Yeah.
I mean, the only way I was, like, realistically, the only way I was going is if, like, Chris and Jay and David went, but I don't think they're going, so...
No. Yeah, I think they're still trying to GoFundMe Chris's last trip over there. But you got people in this game that do have, and this isn't a knock against people who are single or can pull this off. But like if you got kids or you have a job, even you kind of got to figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's not even
a little bit of time to prep.
Yeah.
Even beyond the notice,
still it's sold out real quick.
Yeah, like even beyond the notice, like when Hinkle and Tony said they got tickets, I was like, this is awesome. We're all going to go. Yeah. It's great. But by the time I got out of the meeting I was in at work, they were sold out.
It's like,
I didn't even have a chance.
Yeah. So then I get I'm ranting. Like every time I go on Facebook, that's why I don't have Facebook. I use my wife's. There's a secret for hot tip. Use your spouse's Facebook. I feels like I'm mad all the time. So I'm on there going, it would have been nice to have like even 5 minutes to figure this out with my family. And then all of a sudden, Josh says, well, Matt Holland said they're going to do 100 more tickets. I'm like, well, why does BananaCrapshoot know that? And I don't know that. Like you got to communicate, like maybe post it anywhere. It's like we have to figure this out through, like, I don't know, osmosis. That's why this comes. So you asked me, will I play another game? But I don't think I can play a game by that. They drive me nuts. My blood pressure's already up. God, it's like we're trying to give them our money. They make it so hard. So hard. Yeah. So did you get a ticket, Josh?
No, I'm trying to figure out. I might go to judge.
Judge?
I'll go judge at Worlds. And but I gotta get 100% clearance from the wife because we got to figure out the logistics. 3 kids, 4 and under is a little harder for me to just go for a weekend.
That sounds like a lot.
3 kids, 4 and under. He's got 19 chickens, 4 hens. They might be the same thing. I'm not sure. And like a goat.
Yeah. Nah, no goats.
All right. Well, the goat died from the last time you went. Golly. Well, so one of my questions that I had for people, and feel free if you're on Twitch, the 3 of you, thank you. It's probably accidentally on. One of the questions.
It's just all of us. That's it.
Oh, that's really what it is. I'm looking at my notes.
I have it open for comments, so I'm one of them.
Perfect. That's a great comment. I had my notebook. Again, it's all the stuff that I wanted to ask Mike, I think 16 months ago, which was really good. Mike, I might have more questions for you later.
Is that the last time he was on?
Yeah, there's a lot of it's about
I'll answer them as if it were 16 months ago.
All right. Talks about difficult 5-die villain, what your thoughts were on that. Vehicles are difficult decks to play. What should they do about the number of supports? Is there something they could do? Maybe they could do an official game mat. They never did that.
All supports.
Does Yoda need a nerf?
Yeah, Yoda, that's later. That came later. Force speed we're really worried about. Like, part of... whatever. They had such an opportunity to make stuff. They never made tokens. Like, the game had a new mechanic called power action. Remember that? And, like, they didn't even explain it. They released the game but didn't really talk about it. Like, Magic the Gathering has their stuff so planned that they talk about the new mechanics that are about to come so that when you get the stuff, you don't have a whole lot of questions. Destiny was the exact opposite. They would, like, we still don't really even know how Paladin's going to work. And they, like, made you figure it out on the fly. And, like, 3 weeks later, they'd release an article about it. Like, they could have made power action tokens. No, they didn't. They didn't make power action tokens. They make you go and customize them. I don't know. Every other game has, like, so many accessories.
Penny chip.
What's that?
You're supposed to use a penny.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, it's in the rulebook.
It is not. Is it really in the rulebook?
It's right next to the barter with blood tokens you're supposed to use.
Oh, my God. I'm looking at... Oh, this is the draft rules for Rivals. Oh, my God. Remember that? That was pretty good.
No, because it came out after the set did.
It did. Wasn't there a timing issue with that, too?
Yeah.
There were many timing issues.
Oh, God. All right. It says right here, try to be positive. Right in my notes. Okay. All right. Hold on. I got to refocus. What do you think went wrong? What's the biggest thing? Tenderloin Vadersnatch. The world wants to know your opinion. What do you think ultimately went wrong? Like, why is the plug pulled? If you could point towards one thing, what do you think?
Well, I guess I don't know. Most of the conventional wisdom seems to be that the dice were too expensive to produce and the game didn't make enough money.
Yeah, so you think it's dollars and cents all the way?
I mean, I'm mostly stealing that from people who have more knowledge, I feel like, than me, who are like, people who have put that opinion out there. It seems to be the most popular one.
Well, you got a guy like Mike Rudin who stops playing. Mike bought, I'm not sure if you're aware, but right before we stopped, Mike, you paid, I want to say $8,000 for a God tier Kickstarter. Wasn't that what it was?
Yeah, right. About that.
Did that ever come?
Yeah, it's at my parents' house right now.
Oh,
it's still in the box.
That's awesome.
And I got to find a way to sell it now.
Is the game over, or are they still making it?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh,
it just came out, I think.
Yeah, I think it just came out recently, but I have like negative time to play.
That was a great call. Like making you predict what you're going to be doing in 2 years is really hard.
Yeah, my life was a lot different back then.
Oh man, Kickstarter, you gotta love it.
Jeez. Mr. Chip, though, the thing is, like, about that, if you say it's the production issues and the cost, well, like, the implication of that is that the game didn't get grown to this point where it could be profitable. So that's back on the company, right? I mean, you have to do things to grow the game to increase your profit. So I don't know. I mean, the cost is like maybe the direct or the approximate cause, but there's larger issues that contribute to that.
Yeah, I agree with you all day long. all day long. And they could have, if they really wanted to. I genuinely believe, and I've said this before, that this should have been an LCG model because they're doing that. They're doing that for the last set, this Wild Horizons, where there's so much conjecture now, which is so stupid to even think about it. But they're going to give it away. Like if you participate in whatever the tournament's going to be, you get one copy of every card in the die. Like that's LCG.
That's going to be such a mess, though.
Oh yes. Oh my god, yeah.
Like everybody's going to want a full play set, right?
Right.
So you're going to have to find somebody else that's got those cards, which is not going to be easy.
Nope.
And to give them up, they're going to be insanely expensive, I think. And then like how much? There's what, like 160 cards in a set usually, and like 70 die cards or something. I don't know. They're probably less than that, but like that's gonna be not cheap.
Yep.
I mean, realistically, based off of like, the half a dozen things Mike just said, what's the over under this is even actually going to happen?
Yeah. Like
considering the fact that like OP kits, like nobody can find them for like just the seasonal kits. And then the Bones kit, I didn't believe existed until they gave away the mats at the regional we just went to.
So there goes Banana again.
Yep, there he is. Yep. So he got his mat.
Yep, got my Bones mat through a raffle. But who knows if this thing's even going to show up to stores?
Yeah,
If they can't even put out like cards and play mats, which they've been doing for the last like 10 years, like how are we going to expect them to distribute a full set of cards to each person theoretically to, hundreds of different stores in the country
and
around the world. I don't have high hopes.
Yeah. Logistically, I have no idea how that would even work. Like how much does it, I don't even know what the actual kit cost is. I'm not a retailer.
It's going to be insane because it's going to be like 40 dice per kit.
Yeah, and they're not giving it away. They're not doing this out of the goodness of their heart. Maybe making it available, but they're going to. I mean, people are going to buy it. They know it's going to sell. That will sell. But I just don't. I don't know. Like, what's a store's commitment to having to buy that kit? And how many do you get in a kit? 8. And so our local will get probably for this. Amazingly, we'll probably get like 40 people or 30 people would go. So he has to buy 8 kits. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation around it right now. They obviously have not explained what exactly it is, and I don't think they intended to yet.
Right.
But more information will come out. We'll see what'll happen. But I can't imagine like it's going to end up being a good proposition for players.
Yep, I would say.
But it's going to be a thing that people feel like they need to have, and so they'll still sell whatever they need to sell.
I was watching Late Night Gaming yesterday, plug for those guys, and they like the cards they were using was all covert mission stuff, and it just, it's an investment to learn all the cards. It's an investment, and I don't know. It's making me sad. We're not going to be sad. This is great news. This is because we've got a new set that's coming, which is coming. I'm not sure. Banana, when is it coming? When do we? I've got 3 on pre-order, so.
Yeah.
That's okay, good. There it is. You got it. Thank you for that release date.
First quarter 2020.
First quarter. Like, really, guys, let's be honest. We all have to have like a pact here. Like, they come out with a new game. Here's my ultimate prediction. I was going to save this for the end. I think Jeremy's been working on another game. We know that. The game he's been working on is I forgot what they call Keyforge, the type of game Keyforge is.
Oh, unique game.
Unique deck.
Yes. I absolutely 100% believe it is, if they keep the Star Wars license, because I think that's in question. If it is, they are definitely working on that model of a game, and you're going to see it. I think Worlds would be like a kick in the nutsack for everybody who's there. So I think it's going to be Gen Con, and I think you're definitely going to see a new game if with that type of a structure, because that is them printing money. There's no doubt about it. That's what
they've definitely made a lot of money off Keyforge. So I mean, I would not at all be surprised if they were, trying to apply that model to the Star Wars license. But I also am sort of dubious on whether or not they're going to keep it And I kind of hope that they don't.
I hope they don't have it anymore. I really think it needs to go Wizards.
I think that the card game license, I think, is separate from the miniatures game licenses, so they can still keep Legion, Armada, and X-Wing, and get rid of the card game license for Star Wars, and then have somebody else make a Star Wars card game.
Yeah, give it to somebody who's good at that. Like Wizards should take another crack at it. I think 10 years ago Wizards is different than 10 years now Wizards. And if you look at the cool stuff they're doing for Transformers, which I just don't like the IP. But if they did that stuff for Star Wars, forget about it. Like it's amazing. Yeah. People want. They want that stuff.
There's no excuse for a Star Wars game to fail. Like for a Star Wars card game to fail. Really, like it's just it comes down to the fact, in my opinion, that like from the beginning, I don't think that Fantasy Flight sort of like I think that they were out of their depth from the beginning and they never really recovered.
Right.
Like they did not have the capacity to handle what they had. And it started off with production issues and supply issues, and went on to design issues and so on and so forth, and delays and whatever. And they never could recover from that first year. And even though the first set of Destiny was like some of the most fun I've ever played, like everything after that was just kind of a mess. Even the good stuff.
yeah, definitely. And the amount of people it takes to just like, I don't know, just to even problem solve it or just like test it is crazy. And if you think about Wizards with their sets, they have tons of people on a team all across the world from multiple perspectives, Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They have a whole like paid development team that gets paid to make sure that the game's not broken. And so, I mean, sometimes it's still broken, but
for sure,
like they actually invest in making the game good.
No doubt about it. But I look at games like Rebellion and I look at Outer Rim and I look at these boxes are gorgeous. The art is great. The production's good. The components are solid. Like they make great board games. And I think you're right. They got to stick to that and let somebody else take another crack at it. Like from the get-go, having foil cards or like cool looking dice and like chase things or box toppers, like that wasn't new. That's not new. Yeah. All right. I mean, that's like old. People have been doing it for years. Like, why don't you do that in your boxes? I just don't get it. Like all these products are still sitting on shelves. That's part of the other reason where I think they really struggled is that the old products, there was no incentive to go back and get them. And like give people a reason to go buy them. I would chase the cool box toppers or something still for $10, $20 a box of Empire at War. It would make me want to buy it. I don't know.
100%.
I don't know. What about you, Banana? What do you think was the big thing that took the game down?
I think production issues and OP, like they were never on the same page. It seemed like OP never could find its footing really. And production, obviously, multiple delays, time and time again. Just can't have that stuff and expect a game to grow.
No, you're
right.
right.
I think lack of good starters also hurt.
Yeah, that's a huge deal. It's so hard to get into this game.
Yeah.
Because like every other card game, you can just go buy a starter and play. Like right out of the box at an event. Destiny, no, you got to buy 2 starters, probably at least, and then other stuff to play.
Do people actually do that though? And you got to help me on this one. Like, do you see people doing that for like Magic or something else? Like you've played more games, I think, than I have. That they would buy something off the shelf like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
For Magic specifically, I don't know if they still do, but they made a product that was like literally made for like it was a tournament competitive like ish deck that was like literally designed to be able to be played in a tournament just off the shelf.
Right. See, that to me, that'd be amazing.
That's like the Keyforge proposition where it's like you just buy a deck and you start playing. Like the time to between purchasing and playing and like that whole aspect needs to be as smooth and as easy as possible.
How has the whole pay to play of that worked out, Mike? Because I didn't follow that, but one of my concerns with that was like, all right, I'm going to buy 3 boxes of these things until I get the deck that's great and then go compete. Is that not as big of an issue as I thought it was going to be?
It like in certain circles, I think it is, but I don't think I ever really got to that point.
Yeah.
And like at your local shop, like it's not really a problem because of the sort of like handicapping mechanic.
Right.
So like those decks would be just ridiculous. Like, can only be played for a few weeks before they get sort of like, I guess, phased out of the local meta.
Right. God, that would be so cool. I'd like if I could just walk into my local on a Tuesday, not have to bring a whole freaking truckload of dice, be able to pick up 2 packs for $20 or $15 or whatever they cost each, play, and then give them to a new player so that they can play later. I'll buy a fresh pack the next time. Like that. Yeah. That fits my budget and my play style. For a game. God, that'd be cool with Star Wars. Because I understand you don't have to teach me about the IP. I already know that, and so we all have a general understanding of like, this is a weapon, and this is a character, and this is a droid, and this is a ship, and like we kind of already get that. With Keyforge, you have to build that up, so that's already hard. So if they could just tie it in, that would just be, I don't know, I think it'd be gold, but I don't know. What do we know? I would buy. That would be the only chance I would give them. But even that would be a real stretch. Why should we? Yeah,
they've done good things with Keyforge so far. I think that Keyforge has been definitely their most like smooth game, expandable game anyway. So I don't know. I think that like something like that where they are clearly recouping their investment and like are highly incentivized to continue and continue making money. I think it could be okay. Well, whether or not like a unique card game that has Star Wars characters in it, like it like makes sense. Like if they could find a design that worked for it, I don't know about that, but I think I don't know. I would try it. I mean, let's be honest. I'm going to try any Star Wars
right
card game.
For sure.
I don't think it makes it.
I think we're all in the same boat. That's the tough part. So even as much as we feel like we've been jilted, we're still going to do that. Here's a couple. I wrote a couple other things down. So like, I'm not sure how much people understand, but like I really wanted to talk to people who make the game and just to help give them a voice and in a positive way and not be all that critical. And if you wanted to talk to those guys, like starting from Lucas and going to Jeremy, this has nothing to do with these guys because I know that they would have done it. You had to go through about 7 layers of people to even get to them. And I understand you want to put filters in front of people just so they don't get barraged with questions and what have you. But in order to talk to them, you had to get your questions approved sometimes 3 months in advance. And we didn't even know whether or not that was happening. Like, you'd send questions in. And then the ones that were approved end up being like, what's your favorite part about the game? What did you do before Destiny? What do you think is going to be the future? Like, it was terrible. And if you look at Transformers as a good example, those guys can talk about the game. Like they have control over their mouths and they know what they should be able to say and can't say. And they go out and they represent the brand and talk about the product. And they don't have that. Matt Holland, I know everybody loves Matt Holland and this isn't against him, but like you have to talk to him on Facebook. Like like they don't come on podcasts. They don't talk to people in videos. They don't like there's none of that in this game. I don't know. I just think that's really bad for it. Really, really bad for it. There's no real face or voice of it, and that's on FFG all day. So there you go.
Yeah,
Good.
They definitely need to invest more in their sort of community like manager type of position, and that's been necessary for a long time, and we'll see if that ever happens.
I don't see it. Here's the last one, and I'll stay in front of this so you guys don't get attacked for this one. But we talk about TTS, and I think if you're going to make a game today, you've got to be ready to have an online presence with the game, and at least have it be a game that people can watch online. And if you don't give them a vehicle to do it, they're going to come up with their own. So and that's where TTS comes in. TTS, in truth. And if you watch TTS streams, thankfully, like with the double blank stuff, which is what I started watching what got me excited about it, is you're watching the people, you're not watching the stuff because you can't see the dice. You can't see the cards. It's really hard to follow. There's no rule enforcement other than the players themselves. It's a terrible interface. Like the whole thing is terrible. But they make it work because it's the only thing we have. And FFG wouldn't talk about it. It was like the dirty little secret that this existed, even though playtesters use it to test the game. So I think, and I truly believe with a few, I take a few people out of this mix, a few exemptions to this or exceptions, that TTS hurt the game more than it helped it. So I'm going to just, if you take the people away, like I'm going to just name names real quickly, like Mike Gem or Paul from EBG or even Zion or any of those guys. Those guys are content creators. They build a community through competitive play, and they buy the product. They buy tons of product. So they're not taking away from product purchase because they're buying more than anybody should. They're promoting the game because they make free content for people to consume. So promoting the game. And then they're growing it competitively too. So all of those things are positive. And they play TTS. So I don't think it's these people's fault. But then there's the whole other group. That is such the exception to the rule. There's 90% of the other people who are just playing on TTS and not buying product. They're not playing at their local. I understand they might not have a local, but if you don't buy the product and they don't make sales, the game's dead. What do you think, Banana? Is TTS good or bad for Destiny?
I think competitively it's good for Destiny.
Why do you think that?
Well, because a lot of people's communities have died off and they don't have anybody to play with, so that's how they test for events.
Okay. But did it die off because people like to play online more than they like going in person, or because they didn't have to put money into it, or what do you think?
I just think it goes back to FFG not supporting and growing the game, and then you don't have product people. Right. Why do people want to play on the same meta at the locals every week? So they stop coming, and the guys that are competitive need a way to test for events.
Right. So are you saying you think the opposite? You think actually that it might have kept the game going longer than it probably would have if it wasn't there?
I think you can make an argument for that, yeah.
Yeah.
I would make that argument.
Hinkbert, ladies and gentlemen. Here, he's TTS. He's one of the programmers at TTS, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't want to go that far, but
tell me, what do you think?
This game has more content creators than their other games. I mean, you think about all the podcasts they could put out, all the streams, all the videos that people put up with playtesting, and that's only enabled because it's easy to make a deck and show it on TTS.
Right.
And I think it just shows the ineptitude. And maybe it's a licensing thing too, that maybe FFG can't do certain things, but I'm going to go with ineptitude because I feel negative. I think it's their ineptitude to not use that to help grow the game. You have all these people who can basically give you free coverage and awareness, and if you can't make the game work well enough, then that's on you.
Right.
I mean, because every other popular game, like Magic, like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, other TCGs, people play online to test. It's easier.
Right.
But they're still going to show up in real life.
It's true. What does Pokemon use? Do they have do you buy the cards kind of like Magic or no online?
Pokemon does have their own actual application you can play online. So all of their products come with a QR code. So every time, if you buy a random Pokemon pack, you can then scan it and you'll get a random Pokemon pack online.
See, that makes sense to me.
And the same, but when you buy a deck, you will get that deck online, and then you can trade the cards online.
Jeez.
So they have an entire infrastructure set up. I mean, and I think Magic has something similar. I'm not as familiar.
Yeah.
But Pokemon, absolutely. If you go out and buy, say, a starter, because they put them out every set, if you buy that starter, you scan it, you now have it to play online, and everything in it is available to you.
Yeah. Vadersnatch, were you just going to say something?
I was just going to say, I don't know how Arena works because I stopped playing Magic before Arena came out, but on old MTGO, there was a redemption system where you could, if you got a full set online, you could redeem it for paper or something. But otherwise, I think they were kind of distinct markets. The prices and the collections were different between Magic Online and the paper products.
Mike, if they had, if this was online, if it was a really good interface, looked good, you could actually buy the cards online in a reasonable way, would you play the game or no?
Oh yeah, I mean, it would be a completely different game because it would be 1,000 times bigger.
Right.
I think that it all stems from their sort of just incapacity to make something like that happen. And it not having sort of more collectible things in the packs to be able to keep coming back and buying them that. Right. That's one part of it. Not having a good way to play online, which people are obviously going to do. That's another part of it. It's if in 2019, this came out in 2016, the end of 2016, but even in 2016, you have to know that people are playing online. And if you're not giving them a way to do that, they're going to find their own way, like you said earlier. So give them the best way to do that possible, and a way that comes back to you, and that, like makes you more money and a bigger community and all that kind of stuff. Right. Like if Destiny packs came with a code that you could redeem for Destiny cards in the, Destiny online game.
Yeah.
Like they would obviously do really well with that. And like the fact that TTS is kind of garbage and does look like crap and is just like overall terrible interface for all that we've spent time in it. Like that goes to show how much people like really loved the game. Like if they're willing to put up with that garbage to be able to play this game online and share it with people, like there was definitely something there. It just didn't receive the love it deserved.
That's that's a good point. And I like people tolerate it because they want to play it, but how cool it could be. So good. If you watch arena games, just play arena, and just imagine that people say the dice wouldn't work in an online thing. It would work great. It would be such a cool randomized. Yeah,
it works on TTS.
Yeah, oh great! It's a cool randomizing mechanic that makes it fun, which is why we all love the game. I mean, the dice are cool. But one of the arguments I've heard is that, well, I physically want to have the product, and if you're like Mike, who has a puppy, or you live in a place that you are starved for space, or you're 46 years old like me, and you're cleaning out your mom's storage unit, who's 86, you realize I don't need more things in my life. I need less things in my life physically. And I would pay the same amount of money I paid to have this stuff physically. I would have paid it to have it digitally. And I bet you the game wouldn't be dead, in 6 months. It'd probably be still alive. But
yeah, I mean, your point, Chip, I don't get why they don't lean into that, because their market is obviously people of middle age.
Yeah.
Like, Star Wars has been around since 1977. Obviously, they're going to be younger people that play it.
Right.
But people like us who have responsibilities and don't have necessarily the time to sink into, say, a traditional TCG would love what you just said. And it's been years and years of this, which I don't understand how FFG just doesn't lean into it and do it correctly.
Yeah.
It's also it's a lot cheaper to code a die face into a digital platform than to produce a die. Like,
right.
At a factory. And the other thing is like why not both? Like there's no reason that both a digital and a physical presence can't exist at the same time, which it does in Magic and in Pokemon and in other card games successfully. So it's like it already is both, and it was always ever going to be both. So why not just co-opt it for yourself and make it a thing that grows your game and makes you money.
They could have come up with a way with the dice. I know the dice are cool. It's tough with those pictures around the die, and I know we like the die, but if the die are part of the reason why the game died in terms of production, give them the stickers. Do it. Like, give us a way to put stickers on a cube, or I don't know. There's other things you could have done, like the app. Isn't there an app in X-Wing?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if it's good or bad.
Yeah,
but
they had a dice app that had dice for X-Wing, IA. Right. I think they updated it for Legion.
Yeah. The tough part, the die have to stay out, and you have to, like, I'm reacting to that, like, on the play field, so I'm sure that's hard. But, again, you put smart people on it, I'm sure they could figure something out. That's just, that to me is the shame, because I think it'd be so easy to release consistent product. Like, you don't have to do big sets. You could have done character packs. Even in a collectible way online, you could have just done like Han and Chewie. You could have done the solo pack. How about Mandalorian when the show released? Like, we would have all bought it.
Yeah,
all of us would have bought it.
Small run packs.
Yeah.
Or like do like LCG style packs for like the die stuff,
100%.
and then release booster packs with like the events and
good idea.
Like non-die cards.
Yeah, there it is, right there. You did it. You saved Destiny right there. Wait, let's cut.
Boom.
Too late.
A little late, but thanks for the effort.
Hey, FFG should have hired me a long time.
Oh my god! I think that's really what it comes down to. Is that people we did love the game. It was really fun. Mike, you've talked about it 2 days in a row. You probably got your juices a little bit flowing to play it. Like if the new set was there tomorrow, you'd probably play a little bit.
Yeah, if I had somebody to play with.
Right. See, I don't have all my sound effects on this computer yet, but I play the really sad song right now. You've got your dog who'd probably eat the die.
Yeah, I can play with Captain Rex.
Yeah. What's the dog's name?
Captain Rex.
Captain Rex. See, you're still doing it. You're still on brand. God, they let Mike.
Our dog's name is Captain Rex, and we have 2 cats named Lando and Zeb.
How do you let Mike Rudin get away? FFG, you let Mike Rudin get away. Golly. All right, Banana, help us because we're going forward now. Tell me why we want to care about Covert. Like, tell me about this set. You've heard a lot of people talking about it. You've got some competitive stuff coming up, right? Tell me a little bit about Covert Missions. What's good about it? Why do we want
it? We want it because it's a new set and everybody's sick of playing the 7 months we've had.
Okay, so meta change, we'll take it.
Meta change. It has a new mechanic called piloting that nobody is quite sure how that exactly works yet. So that'll be fun. And LVO's coming up, but no Covert missions for that. So sorry on that. And then Worlds. So if you're going to Worlds, you're playing on Covert missions. So congratulations.
There it is. So that's good. How about our competitive players? What are the cards that we need to get? Because we all didn't cancel our boxes. So, and Mike's not getting any. But if he was, what are the cards we need to make sure that we pull immediately from our boxes?
Hera.
Yeah.
Hera?
Hera Ghost.
Wow. Is Hera legendary or is Hera rare?
Depends on who you ask.
Oh. Okay, good. I didn't know that. That's a random side I didn't see to the game. That's really good. So you don't know whether it's a legendary version or how about 2 different versions of the card? That would be good. God. Okay. Good. Well, there you go, everybody. That's overwhelmingly you're getting some advice here. Golly. Hold on. Somebody's got some opinions in here. Alan, ladies and gentlemen, you talk about a guy who's got dice in his house. This guy ships them all around the world to people just because he feels bad for them. Right, Alan? Do you even have a microphone in your computer?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Alan
I
Irish.
Just went out and got one, sir.
Alan 66, ladies and gentlemen.
Alan.
Hera's legendary.
Hera's legendary. Thank you, Banana, for looking it up. The DB's supposed to be around until the last die is rolled, they said. So there you go. Hey, Alan,
hopefully past that.
What's that?
Hopefully past that, sir.
Hey, you're going to Las Vegas. Is this true?
Oh, yes. They're still going out back. I'm bringing a couple P-jars with me.
Oh, which, by the way, if you don't know what that is, that's actually illegal moonshine that he'll be bringing to the state of Nevada. Do we need to warn anyone in Las Vegas? I really think that we should give everyone an alert.
Just the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah, please. That would be terrible. Can you imagine this? What's this game? This is fun.
And I've got my discard to suck, shirt ready to go.
Yes. That you missed that one, Mike. Someone said this. Someone told Josh the show was called Discard to SD. That was the name of our show. I couldn't argue with him. It's probably we haven't done it in a while. Alan,
Jack got renamed too. He was the Golden Dicks.
Oh, Golden Dicks.
Nice.
Good. Yes, that's good. That is good. Wait, he's got an opinion on that. Let's see.
It's definitely bad, but it's pretty.
I should have stuck around. I feel like I need a nickname now.
You missed it. Wait a minute. Jack is here. Jack, what do you think about Covert Missions?
It's definitely bad, but it's pretty good.
There you go. It's definitely bad, but it's pretty good. Alan, I'm sad. I wanted to make that the new I Hate Mill, or I Love Mill, but I didn't. The game died too fast.
Everybody loves Mill.
Everybody loves it. Alan, so why are you going to Las Vegas, Alan? What convinced you? I mean, the game's dead, right? Didn't you get the memo? Why are you going to Las Vegas?
I basically have no life, and Flockton's going, and somebody needs to babysit him and Brian.
Yes, this is the New Jersey Albany meta now. It's Golden Dice North, but I learned Golden Dice North was actually in Minnesota, not in Albany.
I'm pretty sure that was just because Jack needed a place to stay.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, it's ultimately him trying to get an Airbnb is what that was. So are you doing Worlds too, Alan?
I might as well, sir. I'll take your essence with me.
God. Well, thank you for all that you've done for the game. You've been here from the beginning, Alan. You've driven everywhere for this game. FFG owes you like gas money.
Frequent flyer miles.
Golly. Which is something.
We'll just get Flockton the gas card. He's the one who's been driving everywhere.
Yep. So Scorpio Bandito said, honestly, can you imagine how big the game would have gotten if Disney marketed even a little? Like one Destiny ad on Disney Plus. Can you imagine if that happened? Like if you were watching Mandalorian, all of a sudden it said, play the new collectible card game from FFG. You see the dice roll, that promo that they did way back in the beginning? I would have fainted had I saw that.
Yeah.
Remember their failed marketing tool on the back of comic books?
Yeah, there you go. Something.
The one comic book where they gave you promos, Captain Phasma and Poe promos.
What even was that?
Just a magazine?
Yeah, it was like a magazine.
Yeah, it was a Star Wars magazine.
Yep. God. Oh
yeah, we were on what was it? We were on Convergence, and they had Spirit of Rebellion ads.
Yeah. Speaking of Spirit of Rebellion,
that sounds about right.
That's because they just got approved by Disney. So
yeah. That was part of the people would always blame it on Disney and all that. Maybe, but if they had their act together, Disney doesn't not allow you to talk about their brand. I mean, I don't know.
If they had it planned out, it shouldn't have been an issue.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Especially point cost changes. It's
right.
Either their licensing agreement was written so poorly that something as innocuous as that had to be run by Disney,
right?
Or
point changes,
someone at Disney's a huge Destiny fan, and they were like, "No, you got to run this by me."
No, there's zero chance. It would be amazing. Man, the app, the balance was made for the app. You could just change it up anytime you wanted. Anytime you wanted.
I mean that was one of the one of the biggest things they could have done for the game is just at the beginning not printing point costs.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God, that would have been awesome. Yeah. X-Wing doesn't have them on there?
Nope.
No, not in 2.0. Everything's on the app. So when you build your stuff, all the points are right there.
Now, have they question for those people who play that? How often do they change it?
I don't think they change it as frequently now as they did when it first debuted. I know they just had an adjustment earlier this month.
Okay.
But they also have some other formats that are far more utilized than Destiny's 3 technical formats that are never used.
Yeah. Man, that'd be so cool. That'd have been good. See, all this coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? Is that what happened? Anybody play Netrunner when that died, or in the other games when they died? Does this same thing happen where people just, if they would have done this, if they would have done that, if they only did this?
Well, I think wasn't Netrunner because they lost the...
Yeah, because they lost the license.
Yeah. Well, the LCG...
they didn't lose the license. They just didn't want to pay for it.
Right, there it is.
The other LCGs have always suffered from the same problem when you guys were talking earlier about the starter sets and getting into those games.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that was always the issue with those. Every time because they always lasted about the same number of years because it was a huge impediment to try and get into those games.
Yeah. And that's what people, I guess, said they're worried about the LCG model, that it's hard to start, but I don't think so. I don't think so. If there's a lot of stuff that you have to collect for the next game, whatever it is, because there's going to be one. There's definitely going to be one. It's just a matter of who makes it and what stuff do I have to buy in order to play it. That's really what it comes down to. Hopefully it's fun. I mean, if it's not fun, I guess that's it too. But what was the first card game?
Less storage space.
Right. Yeah, for sure. What was the first card game that they had? Because I remember buying packs of that. I still have a Han Solo somewhere. It's not worth anything, but it was fun to look at the cards. Was that the Decipher?
Yeah, the Decipher CCG or TCG. I think it was the CCG technically.
Yeah, I bought packs. I remember that.
I think I had like 2 packs from that game because I was probably very young when that came out.
They want to think about it. God, what year? I'm gonna look that one up real quick.
It was 97 or something.
Was it?
Like that.
Decipher.
That was before the Phantom Menace came out.
I think it was.
I was 9.
Oh my lord! It says here the game was produced from December 1995. You were how old?
Oh, okay. I was 7.
7. That's great. I was teaching 11th grade. So there you go.
Wow.
That tells you. God bless America. I just graduated from college.
It seemed like a cool game, but I just looking at the graphic design of those cards right now makes me very sad.
That it's bad?
But that's like all 90s card games.
Right, yeah. It's bad. Bad. So people would argue when I talk about it being digital as well as physical, that the Warhammer game that came out, what's that called? Warhammer?
Warhammer Champions.
Yeah, they said, well, that was on it. That's actually Banana. That's on your Switch. You can play it. Why don't you play that then, Mr. Know-It-All? You want to be digital? There it is. Nobody played that. Game's in the toilet.
I think nobody really cared about that game.
Yeah, I think that's 100% what it is. I don't even know what Warhammer is. I mean, I do, but I don't. I guess it's IP. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, good.
It's it's not something that does not interest most people, I would say.
Yeah. Remember the first time you made a video, Mike, when you got your logo and your bed wasn't made in the background? I'm just thinking about funny memories. It was good. I was ready for more Rebel Spy content, man. God darn it.
Well, the next time a Star Wars card game comes out, you can expect some.
If it's digital, you got to come up. We'll have to talk about it. Hey, Alan, let's be honest with people. We all admit we have a problem, and we still are willing to buy something from FFG, even though we shouldn't. How many boxes are you on the hook for this game?
Honestly, right now I'm on for 3, and I'm hoping to do a Build-A-Box out in Vegas.
Okay.
I took one of Flockton's from the store we ordered from just so he wouldn't be stuck with.
Oh, that's so nice of you. He's a chemist. He can afford the boxes. They make chemist money.
Really?
You know? Yeah. God. So you're in 3. So are they going to do? Like, is it going to be at LVO? I thought it was not.
They said they've got about 120 boxes out there.
Oh. See,
for side events.
Where am I reading? Where are you guys reading this? Where does this? Am I missing? Did I miss a blog? Am I not on the right website?
You're only in your own Discord.
Oh, are there other Discords, Alan? I didn't realize that there were other Discords. Where should I be going? The Golden Dice Discord? Is that where they make their official announcements? I forgot.
Oh, where was it? I think it was in the Save Destiny one posted, and then Jack posted it.
Okay.
And it's made its way around everybody but you.
Okay, clearly not. Clearly I missed that announcement.
Nobody listens to the show, and nobody goes to the Discord.
They don't. Oh, my God. But, I mean, not to flex. I did flex to Banana, but Banana needed to know that his time wasn't for naught. People were talking about, how many downloads you can expect for the show and stuff. And, hey, every week we still get about 1,200. So a lot of you, for some reason, I don't know why. I really don't know why. That's probably all the people that play. I know. Maybe they're just, it's out of pity. It really is out of pity.
I think the rule out there is...
And he's gone.
He's gone. So he's down. All right. Thanks, Alan. That's all.
I'll never know the box or
we brought him back?
6 drafts.
Okay, 6 drafts. All right. What about the cards? Get it? 6 drafts. Cards. Alan. See, that means Alan drinks a lot. That was the joke there. Do we have any questions there, Banana?
Yeah, I got another covert missions card quick that people probably want. Deathfield.
No, you can't talk about it. You had a chance. You couldn't even come up with one card. You didn't even know that Hera was a legendary. It took 20 minutes.
Well, I'm not planning on buying any covert missions, so I don't really
You don't have any? You have to. You're the co-host of one of the most successful podcasts about the casually competitive market in Star Wars Destiny. You have to, all right? Mike Rudin is out in California. Weed's legal out there. It's all different out there. Here, we got to be focused here, right? This is it. This is our last chance, and you're going to buy nothing?
He's going the way of Ray.
God, who?
Well, it's like I got nothing to... Like, I'm not playing at Worlds. I don't have any events to play it on. Why am I going to buy the product?
Did you ever heard of a guy named Hinkbert? How about Tenderloin Vadersnatch? You ever heard of that guy? Or the guy who's out there playing Peter Pan? What's his name? Handlebar? These guys are your local. They're crying on the inside.
That's all right. I'll just play Ewoks. I'm good.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, that's the end of that. Hinkbert, are you buying the boxes?
No.
Oh, my... That's it. It's over.
I'm waiting to see what comes out as good, and then I'm just going to get that for Worlds.
Vadersnatch, what about you?
Yeah, I've got 3 boxes still.
Thank you. Good. At least somebody else is giving their money to them. It's to your local environment.
I would feel better about it if I, had an opportunity to get a Worlds ticket, which I didn't have yet. So we'll see if that works out.
Maybe we'll be together. We can crack. I know the exact address that Jack is staying with the folks over at Golden Dice. It's a house. So it's very close to the center. I've got the address, so I'll send it to you, and we'll just show up.
It's definitely bad, but it's pretty good.
It's a pretty good house, from what he says there.
Chip, you're not too far. You could drive there.
The roof leaks.
14 hours. 14 hours. Mike, why do you think people, they don't like Mill? That's what I have written down here. Mike, do you think did Mill kill Death? Let's be honest. We all want to know. Did Mill kill Destiny Mike Rudin?
Yes.
It did. That's a fact. Mill, why have that mechanic in the game?
We solved it.
It's so stupid to have that. It's a 30-card deck, Mike. 30 cards for Christ's sake.
That's why people hate Mill and Destiny. It's because it's way too easy to do.
God, it's 30 cards. It's not like it's 60, But I was looking at, like, the new Magic set that comes out because, I know all of their upcoming products for the next 5 years because they tell you. And it is, the cards are so complicated. I mean, I know they're in English, at least the version I read, but there's more tokens. As you talk about supports, I don't know. People like it's 10 minutes a turn. You're throwing out supports and you're milling cards and you're discarding this and mana, and it's just confusing. That's what I like. Star Wars.
I don't really like that game either. So
okay, all right. Well, that's good. So Deathfield, we'll buy Deathfield. Thanks a lot for that hot tip. Deathfield's going to be a good card. I wonder how many boxes Paul. Remember when Paul said he bought like 14 boxes of Destiny over at Airbook? I wonder what he's buying. Can we find that out, Alan? You know him. Can you find out what Paul's buying?
I'll look it right up, sir.
All right, thank you. Get off. Just Google that. How many boxes?
I'm definitely in with the ABG guys.
Okay,
I'll talk to Ray.
All right, see what you find out. Ray, they actually sent flowers to his house. They said, "We're sorry for your loss."
The little stepchild of Destiny.
God, he's still playing that. Hey, at least Dragon Ball Super, the cards look good. Like I don't know anything about any of those characters.
The cards look good. The game plays well. It's good mechanically. You know what's coming out, product coming out all the time, events all the time.
Yeah. All right, here's the last thing. I didn't know how to approach this one, and I'm not sure how you fix it, and it could be a Star Wars thing. The game didn't feel, when I would go to my local, and I know that my area is a little bit different, but it just didn't feel like it was a diverse crowd playing the game. I don't know if any of you felt that way, but I don't see a lot of female players. I didn't see a lot of multicultural influence on the game. I mean, it's designed by a bunch of three white guys out of Minnesota. Magic feels very different to me. Yu-Gi-Oh feels very different to me. Dragon Ball Super feels different to me, and I just felt like there just was no diversity. It was a bunch of white guys like me sitting around playing, and it felt like if there was a little bit more just diversity in the game, it would have helped. But I don't know if anybody else noticed that or felt that or what, but I felt it.
I've definitely noticed there's less diversity, and not even just in Destiny, the Star Wars games I've played, like the LCG and X-Wing.
Yeah.
Compared to when I played Pokemon or even Game of Thrones, and just seeing people play DBS and Transformers, definitely seems there's a more diverse crowd there.
Yep. It just felt all the same to me, and I don't know. I think that hurts you in design. Like Melissa Del Toro, who's was a competitive player in Magic. She runs a whole group, and they made this I forgot the new format. It's not sealed. It's like some battle format now, and they made these decks specifically for it, but it was all female designers who made them. And it's just going to feel different, and that could have helped. But, other than Sarah and Jedi Geek Girl, I didn't know, any girls who even played. My wife wasn't very interested. She wanted to play once, but I didn't want to. Yeah, I felt bad. It's hard to explain it. I was going to make her an Ahsoka deck or something. I don't know. The deck I ended up making, I guess, wasn't even tournament legal. So that tells you all I know about it. Anyway, all right.
Roll you off the table?
Yeah, probably. I did play Jack's wife. I did. She was playing Jin Cassian, I think it was. That was it. I played her at PAX. I felt bad. Jack, I'll post a picture on the Twitter of Jack watching that game, and he was looking at his phone the whole time. So that tells you how interested he was in his wife playing Destiny. All right, so where do we go from here, guys? What's next on the docket? Banana, you're not playing any more Destiny. Is that the way it's going to be, or what? Where are you? What's your next competitive event you're going to take on as we wrap up?
Well, I don't think I have a next. Like I said, I might be judging at Worlds, but okay. I don't plan on playing anything on covert missions.
Okay, well that's it.
I'm not done with Destiny yet. We'll play probably locally yet casually, but and those guys are going to Worlds, so I'll play to get them ready. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what competitive game would be next for me. Just probably play Marvel Champions till the next Star Wars card game comes out.
There you go. All right, it's been fun having you, Banana. How about you, Vadersnatch and Hinkbert? What about you guys?
Well, I'll be playing hopefully with Vadersnatch a lot to prepare for Worlds, but beyond that, kind of just in a holding pattern, see what happens next.
All right, just don't play with Josh. Clearly, he's gonna unless you like Ewoks.
Yeah, exactly.
You two, Vadersnatch, is that your plan?
Yeah, we'll see what they do with these Worlds tickets that are supposedly going to be.
Yeah, that's it.
Other than that, I was telling these guys, I'll probably take my collection and put it together into some kind of cube. I've been working on some cube drafting formats, because that's what I did when I quit Magic, too. I still cube draft with my brother sometimes.
That's fun.
My Magic collection. So other than that, though, I don't know. Wait and see.
Okay. Alan, you're all over the world for it. Sounds like you're going to Japan also in the fall to like introduce people to the game. Great idea. Sell all your product. That's good. They will know what hit them.
Destiny World Tour.
Yeah, there it is. We never got it off the ground. There's so many things. Like the competitive team, Hinkbert and Vadersnatch, which I still love that I'm actually calling you that on the show. That just you
I have nothing. I do not endorse that name change. It was just seems like it's just stuck now. So
it was it was so at the end of the run. It was so at the end. It was when Mike Rudin played. God, with D House, I mean, times were good, man. Times were good. God, the going was good. And Alan, so you're going to be doing Vegas and you said Worlds, yes, Alan?
Oh, yeah, I'll be Vegas, Worlds, and then after that, Flockton and I will just be sitting at the game store getting drunk and rolling dice.
All right. Well, the goal is we've talked to Jack. I don't want to. The time frame is end of June, middle of July. I don't know if these kits are going to even be possible, but my goal was to have one event in the history of this podcast at a real cool location. We're going to try to do it in downtown Rochester. It's a bar arcade. I won't give you any more details until I can actually secure the date, but it'll be limited seating. But we want to, if it gets bigger, we'll try to make sure we can accommodate everybody. The cost will be just to recoup the cost of renting the place and getting people some beers and food. And the hope is that we have a really fun event. So stay tuned. We'll post it on Twitter and Facebook as soon as we know. I mean, we're never going to get any. Like, I need to book this place now, and I can't count on any product being available then. So we'll have to come up with something on our own, which is pretty sad. But hopefully we see people there, and if you're interested, we'd love to have you. Mike, what's next for you? You said you're playing Switch. You're not doing any card games, nothing online. You just go to work, come home, and you play with your dog.
I work at home, so I just play with my dog all day.
Okay, there you go. That's perfect.
But I mean, I always love card games, right? So the League of Legends card game is going into open beta tomorrow, I think.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to check that out.
That's not physical, right? It's only
It's
virtual?
all digital. Yeah, so that'll be fun to mess around with. Other than that, I think we're still planning on playing some like Awakening stuff with the Double Blanks guys.
Nice.
and D House and stuff. So we'll try and grow that a bit and just like, have fun playing the old game we used to love with the new point costs that make way more sense.
Yeah, that's awesome. You can play characters together that were supposed to be together.
Yeah, exactly. Last night I played Han and Leia, both elite.
Yep.
It was amazing.
God, that's fun. All those cards are still they're good. You just gotta
the first set was just like still so well designed and
Yep.
amazing. Like as long as you adjust the points a little. There were some questionable decisions there, but it's still a fun game, and it's a lot. I don't know. For me, it's a lot better than what the game ended up as.
Right. Well, it's Lucas, man. Lucas, he got out when the going was good.
Hey, but Spirit of Rebellion was Lucas too, so
That's his fault. Yeah. Thanks, Force Speed. It was great.
Can't give him too much credit.
Nope. But I
love Lucas. But
if you look at the Twitch, or if anybody on Twitch, you can see the picture of it. There it is, Mon Mothma. Guys, you had a chance. This is what the prizes used to be. Look at that. A Mon Mothma uncut sheet, autographed in gold. It's actual gold.
I'm actually jealous of the fact that you have that.
I might have to bring that out to something. I might have to bring that to Worlds if I can make it. I'm really going to try to make it, but man, it's just hard to pull
these
it off.
questions quick.
Yeah, we have questions. Do it. Here it is. This is it. After questions, we're done.
We have two questions.
Okay, go.
Okay, so one is from One Orange Guy.
Okay.
If a new TCG game for Star Wars comes out, should one get into the game right away or wait until there's good community and reviews?
Right away.
Yeah, I say right away.
Jump
too.
in
All Star Wars all the time.
Yep. Immediately, as soon as it comes out, unless it's FFG, and then do it anyway.
Pre-order now.
Yep.
And then Scorpio Bandito, who I believe is one of the Golden Dice Northwest Airlines members.
Perfect.
If FFG released a new game that uses the same engine as Destiny, but had a different theme, Marvel or non-licensed, would you play it?
So it was. Let's say it was Marvel. Would you play Mike Rudin? Would you play if it was Marvel with just a little bit of different spin on it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Boy,
what are you
I would try it,
thinking?
probably. I mean, they would still have the same problems, right? Like with the dice.
Yes, exact same problems.
Exactly.
Top to bottom.
That's my big hang up is like if they don't get their production shit figured out, then
I think if the game was different enough, like if it was literally just like Marvel skinned Destiny, I'd rather just like continue to play old Star Wars Destiny. But if they did something to sort of, you know, make the game more interesting than just reskinned Destiny, I'd probably try it out.
What about
Plus,
you?
they already have Marvel Dice Masters or something like that, right? So they're definitely not going to be doing that, I would imagine. So it'd have to be some other IP. I don't know.
I would play the game under any skin as long as it wasn't FFG doing it.
Yep, me too. Really, like even Game of Thrones would be cool. Oh god, they had a gold mine. Hinkbert, would you play it if it was not FFG but a different skin?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a cool game. It's a cool game. Alan, would you?
Not sure. This is because of the Star Wars theme in it.
Yeah.
I'm totally with Alan on that one too. Actually, like the reason why I got into this game is because it was Star Wars, not because it was a dice and card game.
That's true.
Even though I do love card games in general.
I suck at the game. I love the characters and I love rolling dice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dice part is cool. But all right, is that it? That's the final question. That could be the final question ever. Maybe we'll have to see if we can get Banana to play a little bit more at the local. If you buy a little bit of product, I'll have to send you some. Alan will send you like a care package. Be careful. Keep you in the game.
I just got rid of all my doubles. Some guy in Georgia.
Okay. Well, that was nice of you.
Was his name Chris?
Did he have a laundry basket? Did he put it in? God, those are the days.
Playing Awakening because that's all he owns.
Hey, wait a minute. I invited those guys in. Of course, they're not here. Chris has not woken up yet. But Jay, let me see. I thought I saw him streaming a few minutes ago.
Yeah, streaming some game that nobody knows.
I heckled him a little bit. Let's see. Double blanks. I love that he still calls himself that. What's he doing over here? It's Escape from Torcus? What is this? Doom?
Yeah, it's
Then we'll do our PMC that has some decent gear.
What? I don't understand.
In factory. Go back to Scavron. He's got a cigarette sticking out of his mouth.
There it is. There's Jay. Okay, this is good. I don't even understand the words he's talking about. Like, is this Castle Wolfenstein?
Yeah.
What?
That's
oh, my God. And then what? Oh, here it is. What happened to double blanks?
What is going on, everybody? And for those of you who don't already know, my name is Jay, and this is Double Blanks Gaming.
There it is. That's all you get. He's back, baby.
I'm sure a lot of you...
What was Ray's channel called? More than a pilot? More than a pilot? More than a
Which
pilot?
one? There was Thundershot. There was
more than a pilot.
More than a pilot.
No, just co-pilot.
Oh, the co-pilot. Yeah.
The co-pilot.
Co-pilot Destiny. Let's see if it's there.
Poor Ray. He's still in his bathroom opening packs.
Star Wars. Remember he dropped him on the floor? The co-pilot Star Wars Destiny. I don't see it. Maybe his channel. Did he take his channel down? That could be it. All right. Well, there's Ray, ladies and gentlemen.
Is Thundershot still up?
Thunder.
Here it is. Listen. For old time's sake. Here it is. Listen to this. This is the ad for Destiny. Listen to this music.
Is there really?
Yep. They're like flashing all this stuff. Here you go.
Fulfill your destiny.
Did they not have any music in that in the trailer?
What's that?
They didn't have any music in the trailer for Destiny?
That was, you didn't hear, that was kind of music, but not.
I mean, I heard sound effects.
Yeah. Here.
Star Wars Destiny is a two-player collectible dice and card game that invites you to stage duels between iconic heroes and villains in the Star Wars universe.
In the Star Wars universe.
Where the hell
Pit
was
Count
this? I've never
Dooku
heard
and
this
Kylo
one.
Ren against Han and Leia among the frozen wastes of Starkiller Base.
Yes, you have to. We're playing on the battlefield, the frozen wastes of Starkiller Base.
Or choose Luke Skywalker and Qui-Gon Jinn to battle Jango Fett and Jabba the Hutt.
But you can't because the points actually do not work. They don't work. Luke was what? Wasn't he? What is he? You'd have to play single die Luke, single die Qui-Gon. Like you couldn't, right? Wasn't he 15? Hold on, let me see what his point value is. He's 15.
Was 17?
17, so you could play elite. Wait, no, he's 15. You can't do it.
You can play one die of each, right?
Yeah, single die.
At a separatist outpost on Mustafar.
What a great deck.
Like,
I should have tried
the last
that.
player with
Maybe then I would have won the
shields
first
on
world.
Kylo
oh my
Ren.
God.
After the roll-off, Each player draws a starting hand of 5 cards from their respective draw decks.
Like right there. Like if they could make that interface for the game, I would have played it online. It's perfect. You could see all the cards. What could have been? Well, everybody, thanks for supporting the show. Thanks for being on here. Mike, thanks for joining us. I know you're all into Destiny again, but we do appreciate you taking an hour and a half of your life and talking about it one more time. We do really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on. It's always fun to chat. So even if we're not chatting about Destiny.
Well, let's find the next game.
Yeah, let's find the next game. Let's make some fun stuff.
Let's do it. Alan, thank you for your support of the show, buddy. We appreciate it.
Thank you for everything you've done, sir.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely looking forward to the game at the bar. Probably bring about 5 or 6 guys out with me.
Yep, we're not going to do it unless you guys can come. So that's like really the whole deal. So at least we know we'll have our group there and your group there. So it'll be good. And to our competitive team, hopefully we can meet you at Worlds. Sorry you're not going to Vegas, but hey, we'll try to outfit you with decks. If you're not going to buy them, Hinkbert, we'll make sure you can get some cards.
We got to represent, so absolutely.
Yep. And thanks for buying a Star Wars Destiny or a Star Wars Discard to Reroll shirts. We appreciate that. I just wish the mechanic was in another game because then we could just tie-dye him and bring it over to something else. Maybe the Marvel license. And Josh, the fact that you joined up when Ray convinced you to do it, I mean, I knew you when because the side scheme is where it's all at. When's episode 2 coming out? The side scheme, baby. This is it.
Episode 2 is out.
It's out?
Yeah, we have 2 episodes so far, and then
Whoa.
we're going to do a 3rd episode after Wrecking Crew comes out.
The side
scheme. That should be the one that we get Zach Bunn on.
Top podcast. Here it is. It says sponsors. I don't see anything there. Okay, we don't deal in counter cards. Here it is. This is it. Hold on a minute. There. Ooh. This is good. I don't want to spoil it. This is the side scheme, baby. Tommy of Titan. That's him. You got him. He was retired too.
Yeah, I pulled him out of retirement for a once-a-month podcast.
All right. Well, for everybody else, I mean, if you're still playing, which you should be, because at least there's going to be some stuff coming out in the next couple months. Enjoy the game as much as you can. Enjoy the community. And when you re-roll those dice, I hope that all of them are special ones. And we'll see you, hopefully, we'll see you again on something very soon.